Comcast SportsNet.
Coming up after 2 walk-off winners, Charles showed the Phils who's in charge.
He hit a breaking ball, he hit a fastball. He swung the bat good.
AI hopes to answer the question that plagued last season. Jameer and Delonte go from birds of a feather to friendly foes. And is Shaq going on the South Beach diet? 2 Philly favorites team up to help needy children. We're on bended knee asking, will you watch Cingular SportsRise, please? Starting now. Welcome to Cingular SportsRise. I'm Leslie Goodell, and I'll be with you for the next half hour to run you through an entire Saturday in the world of sports. We start with the Phillies, who faced a Braves team yesterday that they came back to beat in extra innings Friday night. The difference Saturday was a veteran pitcher who was having an off year and a rookie who was playing in the minors before being called up at the end of June. Umpire Jerry Davis, who was behind the plate Friday and ejected Larry Boa, he was second base on Saturday. We flash back to Friday. Rafael Furcal hits one down the left field line. It was a foul, but incorrectly called a 3-run homer. Back to today, first batter of the game is Furcal, and he sends this pitch down the right field line. This time, the umps get it right. Foul ball. Bottom of the first, All-Star Bobby Abreu up with a runner on first. He lines to left center, and rookie Charles Thomas makes a spectacular diving catch to save a run. Mike Hampton came in with an ERA over 5, but you never would have known. In the fourth, 2 runners on for David Bell. He gets Bell to ground out softly back to him. Then in the top of the fifth, Thomas at the plate. He sends the Paul Abbott pitch to the opposite field and over the fence. His second homer of the season, 1-0 Braves. 2 batters later, it's Furcal, and he crushes this one. No controversy here. His 4th homer in the last 3 games, 2-0 Braves. Abbott allowed 2 runs over 6 innings. Bottom of the 5th, more controversy. Doug Glanville singles to right. Glanville gets caught in a rundown. Got the speed, but Adam LaRoche obstructs his path, and Glanville awarded second base. 2 batters later, Glanville now on third with 2 outs for Jimmy Rollins. And he grounds out the third, and that's the end of the inning. Phillies threaten again in the 6th. Runners on first and second, but Bell pops up to shallow center to end the inning. Again, the Phils left 7 runners on base. And in the top of the 7th, it's Thomas at the plate again, this time with a runner on. He sends Real Cormier's pitch over the right field fence. His second home run of the game. The Phillies lose 4-0. Not a bad day for Thomas, who had just 1 big league home run entering the game. Phil's shut out for the first time in their new home, and credit Mike Hampton, who went 8 scoreless innings and surrendered just 5 hits, all singles. Hampton had not beaten the Phillies since September of 2000 when he was with the Mets, and he certainly didn't look like a pitcher who came in with a 3-8 record.
Every time he pitches against us, he throws really good. I don't know what he does against other teams, but he seems to make pitches against our team.
At any given time, he's the same guy that was winning 20 games in Houston, and if he throws strikes like he did today, then he's going to have a good chance and frustrate some hitters.
He just throw the balls in the right spot. You know, move the balls from the corner to corner and throw very nice breaking balls. You know, and when we hit the ball and make contact and hit it good, was always we hit a right with somebody. So it was those kind of games that you can know nothing about it.
To Miami, before the Mets-Marlins game, an Everglades brush fire broke out 10 miles southwest of Pro Player Stadium, leaving it very hazy. Bottom of the first, 1-0 Fish, 1 on. Tom Glavine facing Mike Lowell, and Lowell wins this all-star matchup. Goes yard for his 20th home run, 3-0 Marlins. Top of the third, Brad Penny in a groove, gets Cliff Floyd swinging to end the frame. And watch this play. In the 5th, Jose Reyes tries to bunt his way on, but Penny says no way, flips for the out. Mets down 4-2 in the 7th. Bases full for Richard Hidalgo, but Matt Parisio gets him swinging. The Marlins hold on to win 5-2. So here they are, the up to the millisecond National League East standings. The Mets' loss leaves them 2 games behind the Phillies. They're tied with the Braves. The Marlins are now 2.5 games back. The Mets' loss means the Phillies will head into the All-Star break as the division leaders. By the way, the Phillies' magic number for clinching, it is now 75. A 33-win NBA season is something any basketball player would like to put behind them, especially Allen Iverson. From missing 34 games with injuries to publicly clashing with his interim coach, the questions surrounding last season are something the answer would like to forget. Friday, before kicking off his annual charity weekend, Iverson was particularly upset with the game in March when he refused to play at Detroit when interim coach Chris Ford said he'd have to come off the bench. Iverson said he wished the situation didn't get to the point it did, saying, quote, "For people to feel like I would let my team down and I'm not the warrior that I am, it was tough on me," unquote. Allen Iverson and LeBron James hanging out at AI's Celebrity Softball Classic in Bowie, Maryland. It's the 6th year for the game and the 2nd straight year in Bowie. Stars such as Kevin Garnett, Carmelo Anthony, and Randy Moss were on hand for the event. Here's hoping AI keeps his day job.
I'm just blessed to have an opportunity to have these guys come in here and make sure that these people leave with smiles on their faces.
Man, this is a great venue. It's a great thing that AI has been putting together, year after year and after year. And, after everything that he's been through, to create something like this, it's always great to support somebody like that.
Now that the softball game's over, AI needs to get ready for a shift in power in the East. Shaquille O'Neal's agent, Perry Rogers, told the Washington Post Saturday night that the Lakers and Miami Heat have agreed on a deal that would send the 32-year-old to Miami. The deal is just pending league approval. Shaq reportedly okayed a deal to Miami after spending part of Saturday morning with Heat President Pat Riley and General Manager Randy Funn. The deal cannot become official until Wednesday when a 2-week league-wide moratorium on trades and free agent signings expires. Well, as Shaq leaves L.A. and Kobe Bryant's future there is up in the air, the Lakers would like to welcome Rudy Tomjanovich to the Big Happy family. Tomjanovich was introduced as the Lakers head coach on Saturday. After a 34-year relationship with the Houston Rockets as both player and head coach, Rudy T starts over in Los Angeles with a team that might just be starting over as well.
I'm going to make a vow to our owner, Jerry Buss, to management, to the players, and to the great fans of the Lakers, that I will bust my butt for you guys, and you're going to get my best shot. The coaches that were considered for this job were all great coaches, and I'm flattered that I was in the group. I want to thank Mitch. I want to thank Dr. Buss for giving me this opportunity. I'm ready to go to work. Who's got the ball?
For 3 years on City Line Avenue, it was Delonte West to Jameer Nelson and Jameer Nelson to Delonte West. But for the first time, the two St. Joe standouts, who were both taken in the first round of this year's NBA draft, squared off against each other as West Celtics took on Nelson's Magic in the Pepsi Pro Summer League in Orlando. West wasting no time guarding Nelson, but Jameer and #1 overall pick Dwight Howard working the give and go, and Jameer cuts on West, loses him for the bucket. Jameer, 12 points and 8 assists. Delonte gets him right back. Jameer on him, but West drives left, stops, hits the jumper at the top of the key. Delonte had 10 points on 4 of 12 shooting. Later on, a couple other first-rounders hooking up. Tony Allen, alley-oop to Al Jefferson. Jefferson was 16, but the Celtics dropped this one 80-78. As for the Sixers Summer League team, they got pounded by the Bucks 110-69. After a 30-point effort against Toronto on Friday, Willie Green scored 18 on Saturday. First-round pick Andre Iguodala chipped in 12 points. It's Milwaukee's first Summer League win, and both teams finish up with 1-4 records. Still to come, Iverson was not the only one playing softball Saturday. The Eagles' Donovan McNabb and Phillies' own Rasheed Wallace were swinging for the fences for a good cause. And the Tour de France has looked more like a NASCAR race than a bike race, and Lance Armstrong is fed up. Stay with us.
SportsRise brought to you by Cingular. Cingular fits you best.
College is in our immediate future, only not the same one. Florida, Texas, Ivy League. All three of us in college at the same time. We need a way to keep in touch. That won't cost us a lot.
With Cingular Family Talk, count on the largest talk for free coverage area in America. And for a limited time, it's just $9.99 a line. Plus, get a cool phone.
We call it our more money for books. Yeah, right. Books. Plan.
$9.99 a line. Another reason Cingular fits you best.
This summer, you laughed at a funny green ogre. You marveled at a comic book hero. Now, don't miss the one big blockbuster of the summer. Ford Authorized Clearance. Get 0% financing. Get up to $5,000 cash back on the Ford vehicles that have received awards and accolades all year long. Ford Authorized Clearance. The one big event you can't miss.
Last week, Rick and Brian met with their Wachovia business specialist and heard about loan options for bigger office space. Tonight, they'll be back with the entire staff, celebrating their expansion in more proper fashion. Talk to a Wachovia business specialist today.
Club Box Seats, the cure for the common meeting. Increase the productivity of your business by giving your clients and coworkers a meeting they and you can look forward to. Get out of that same old conference room and into a club box. Lower level sightlines from club seats allow the best views for concerts, basketball, hockey, and family shows. Club Box Seats offers a luxurious and comfortable way to enjoy the action. Lease your Club Box Seats today. Call 215-389-9500.
It's the most famous bike race in the world, and we'll bring you all the highlights of the Tour de France, where Lance Armstrong will be going for his history-making 6th victory in a row. Catch updates on Comcast SportsNet. Brought to you by Bicycle Therapy. Catch Phillies Clubhouse presented by New Wave Wireless, Monday nights at 7, only on Comcast SportsNet.
Rookies report to Lehigh in just over 2 weeks for the start of Eagles training camp. 2 weeks! And Comcast SportsNet is getting you ready as we profile all 10 of the Eagles draft picks in a 1-hour special appropriately titled Meet the Draft Picks. Derek Gunn handles the introductions, premiering Tuesday at 7 o'clock on Comcast SportsNet. On Saturday, the Eagles went shopping. The club celebrated the grand opening of the Eagles End Zone Factory Outlet Store in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Billed as the largest outlet store ever opened by an NFL team. It's now open year-round, 7 days a week. The cheerleaders were there along with Terrell Owens, who signed autographs. Owens and Hollis Thomas also took the time to look ahead to the upcoming season.
I've enjoyed the time we've had together, especially with the new additions to the team. You know, you need that all season. You know, the camps that we have.
I think with the nucleus of guys that we have, I feel like we have all the pieces intact, and the guys are really hungry to win and get back to the championship.
The Eagles also were represented closer to home at Campbell's Field in Camden. That's where Donovan McNabb joined Rasheed Wallace in a charity softball game to benefit each athlete's foundation. Last year, Team McNabb won easily, so today's contest was about giving back in more ways than one.
Yeah, we're going to win this game. We're going to win this game. It don't matter if it's by 1 run, a half a run, it doesn't matter. We're going to win this game.
They really got us last year, so, you know, we had to get them the secret weapon.
McNabb's team won last year's event, but Wallace was poised, angry, to steal back the title.
That's what it's all about. You know, we try to come back and just spread a little bit of love, and not only that, just a lot of enthusiasm for the kids. Just a great time to, you know, have your families come out enjoy a game, see some of the, players and what you watch on TV. Rasheed Wallace obviously just won the World Championship. You have a couple Eagles here, as well as some other stars that you watch on TV. So it's a great opportunity for us to have a good time, be competitive, as well as be very entertaining.
McNabb lived up to his part on the field. And with the kids in the stands.
What's up, man?
As for Rasheed Wallace, his head was totally in the game.
They beat us last year.
Rasheed's team got its revenge, but the real winners were the youngsters, and Rasheed made it a point to visit them on more than one occasion.
All right, guys, and I get the rest of y'all the next thing.
Kids out here having a good time, enjoying themselves, and that's what it's all about. It's all about the kids and letting them have fun and letting them see the players one-on-one.
McNabb's team would go down in defeat, but a fun time was had by everybody. Some, though, had more fun than others. Ron Burke, Comcast SportsNet.
Ron, thank you. Nerves are so frayed at the Tour de France that it doesn't appear that even the country's finest of wines could ease them. Five-time champion Lance Armstrong said race organizers need to do more to avoid spills that could inadvertently ruin the chances of some of the favorites in the Tour, not to mention his bid for an unprecedented 6th straight victory. Armstrong went as far as suggesting another time trial in the first week to get rid of some riders who do not have a legitimate shot at winning. Saturday's 7th stage was not as nerve-wracking. With more on that, we send it to the other side of the pond to Al Troutwig from the Outdoor Life Network.
Tour de France updates brought to you by Bicycle Therapy.
There still are roughly 1,300 miles to go in the 2004 Tour de France. Destination Brittany, the northwest region of the country of France, celebrating the weekend with a flea market and the arrival of the Tour de France. This is the last of the totally flat stages for a while for Lance Armstrong and the rest of the riders, and as we've seen, the flat stages are where the sprinters shine. As this stage unfolded, stage 7, pretty much Lance Armstrong did what he wanted to do: stay out of trouble and remain in the middle of the main pack or the peloton. In this region of the world, the local fishermen will tell you the weather can change in the blink of an eye, and so it did. A breakaway by a couple of men was soon reeled in by the peloton through the bad weather, through the headwinds, and eventually, with these gorgeous pictures from Brittany as a backdrop, the sprint came to the line in Saint-Brieuc, and Lance Armstrong found himself in the middle of the peloton, thereby meaning that he stays in front of his main rivals. The sprinters that came in front simply do not matter. One more stage in this region of France, and then a day off for the Tour de France. We'll be back for what is a slightly hilly stage, not necessarily one where Lance Armstrong can distance himself from the riders, but maybe where there could be some interesting attacks. Right now, that's it from France. Al Troutwig. Let's go back to the Comcast SportsNet studio.
Al, thank you. Tomas Voeckler retained the yellow jersey as overall leader for the 3rd straight day. Voeckler crossed the finish line with Armstrong, who remains in 6th place, still more than 9 minutes off the pace. The man presumed to be Armstrong's chief rival going into the race, Jan Ullrich, is in 22nd place, 1 minute behind the 5-time champion. OLN is your home for the Tour de France. Catch coverage live of the stage in the morning of the 8th stage, then replays at noon and 2:30. Then at 9, it's OLN's 2.5-hour expanded primetime coverage of Stage 8. That's all today on Outdoor Life Network. Still to come, they've got Andrew Jones, Chipper Jones, John Smoltz, and J.D. Drew. But who is Charles Thomas? We'll introduce you to the latest Philly killer when we return.
I'm John Crook, and I know what singles, doubles, and triples add up to. Sloan Toyota is the single largest volume Toyota dealer group, with almost 1 out of every 3 Toyotas sold in Pennsylvania last year. Sloan had over 5,000 Toyotas delivered last year. That's more than double the competition.
With 3 big locations, Sloan Toyota Glenside, Sloan Toyota Devon, and Sloan's Champion Toyota in Northeast Philly, Sloan has triple the selection and simply the lowest price.
Triple? That sounds more like a grand slam to me.
When it comes to Toyotas,
there's no place like Sloan.
I'm her husband.
I'm his wife. I have my own business. We both do, plus a life.
And this is Kevin.
It takes 4 different accounts to manage our finances. 5.
I tried working with other banks, but they didn't get it, or us. So I'm back at Beneficial.
They're always looking out for our future, but they treat us like old friends.
Beneficial Savings Bank, formerly known as Beneficial Savings Bank.
Where we all bank.
Listen up, lug nuts. Pop quiz time. What happens to an engine with too much friction? I'll tell you, it loses power. So you want to reduce friction, right, Tinkerbell? This is Quaker State, engineered to reduce friction and deliver peak performance. Because too much friction, touchy little gearhead, ain't he? Nice haircut. Quaker State Peak Performance.
Pick up a case of Quaker State Motor Oil today at Pep Boys.
When you're cheering for the Phillies, Birds, Sixers, and Flyers, you need more than just a few minutes of sports each night. You need to be inside the action, on top of the stories and around the players and coaches. You need up-close, comprehensive coverage of your teams. You need Comcast SportsNet. Wake up with SportsRise every morning and check in with SportsNet at 6:30, 10, and 1 a.m. Before the game, after the game, and all the action in between. On Comcast SportsNet, there are no days off.
Coming up on Wachovia Sports Night, we'll have highlights and post-game reaction as the Phillies and Braves wrap up their series and head into the All-Star break. We'll also see how both Lance Armstrong and our own Michael Barkan fared on 2 wheels tonight at 6:30.
Have you been saying to yourself, hey, I haven't seen Phillies Clubhouse in a while? Well, the Clubhouse reopens this Monday night. On the show, an all-star report plus a look back at the first half. We go golfing with Gavin Floyd and a day in the life of the dugout security guard. Michael Barkan is your host in the Phillies Clubhouse Monday at 7 o'clock on Comcast SportsNet. Major League Baseball, meet Charles Thomas. He isn't mentioned in the Braves media guide until page 380 under minor league prospects, but he grabbed front page headlines Saturday with a 2-homer performance in the Braves' 4-0 win over the Phillies. All the more impressive because Thomas had just 1 career big league home run before Saturday. He was a little-known player before the season and not with the team when they began the season, but today Thomas introduced himself to the Phillies in an unmistakable way.
He was tearing up AAA, we know that. He hit a breaking ball, he hit a fastball. He swung the bat good.
Got pitches up, pitches away where he could extend his arms, and rookie or not, anybody had a chance to put the ball in play, and he's early in his career. Who knows? He might be one of the best leadoff hitters ever. So you make mistakes, and they hit it.
Action elsewhere in the National League. Cards hosting the Cubs, already 1-0 St. Louis. Bottom of the first, Jim Edmonds facing Matt Clement with 1 on. That's a home run. It's 4th in 4 games. Cards up 3-0. Top of the 6th now, 3-1 Cards. Sammy Sosa looking to change that. He takes the 1-0 pitch deep to right for his 15th long ball of the year. Cubs are within 1, and it's 3-2. Top of the 8th, same score. Sammy looking to be a hero, but he pops up in foul territory. Matt Matheny on the chase, makes a nice grab over the wall. The Cards hold on to win. 5-2 is your final. Some bad news for the Reds. In today's game against Milwaukee, Brewer Brady Clark slams it to deep right center, and Ken Griffey Jr. is on his horse, but comes up lame. Jr. left the game with a strained right hamstring and missed the catch. He'll undergo an MRI on Sunday to find out the severity of the injury. Without Griffey, the Reds fall to the Brewers 5-0. Ben Sheets threw 8 shutout innings to improve to 9-5. That helps a little too. Meanwhile, 4 Expos pitchers combined in a 4-hit shutout of the Pirates in Puerto Rico. Roger Clemens making his first ever start at Dodger Stadium as the Astros visit LA. Scoreless from the top of the 5th. Adam Everett sends one into center. Milton Bradley dives and makes a nice catch, taking away extra bases. Bottom of the 6th, Paul LaDuca, named an All-Star, crushes the Roger Clemens offering deep to left. That's a 3-run shot. The Dodgers take a 3-0 lead. Top of the 9th, Eric Gagne time. He gets Jeff Kent to whip to end it. Kanye's 130th save as a Dodger. That's a new club record as LA wins 3-1. Padres have dropped 4 straight. They fall 2 games behind LA in the NL West with a 6-2 loss. That's to the Rockies, while the Giants are just a half game behind the Dodgers as they beat the Diamondbacks 3-1. In the American League, Yankees hosting the D-Rays on Old Timers Day. Michael Munson, the son of late Yankees catcher Thurman Munson, proposed to his girlfriend Michelle in front of his dad's plaque in Monument Park. Of course, she said yes. As to the game, bottom of the 4th, Devil Rays up 2-0, but Alex Rodriguez with an upper deck homer. It's a 2-run shot, and that ties it up at 2-2. That's his 22nd of the season, by the way. Bottom of the 7th, same score, bases loaded for Derek Jeter. He doubles to the wall in deep right, and everybody's coming home. 3-run score. Jeter gets to 3rd on the throw from home. Yanks go up 5-2. They're going to win it 6-3. Manny Ramirez and the Red Sox 6.5 games behind those Yankees as they hosted the Rangers. Bottom of the 2nd, Sox down 6-5 with a runner on. Manny takes Kenny Rogers deep to right center. Goodbye. Boston takes the 7-6 lead. Next inning, it's Manny again, and do you think he knew this one was gone? Crushes it to dead center. His league-leading 26 gives the Red Sox a 14-6 win. Here are the rest of the scores from the night in the American League. We'll be right back after this short break.
SportsRise brought to you by Cingular. Cingular fits you best.
Real Phillies fans will lie, steal, and cheat to see their team in action. So find a way to see the Rockies August 9th, 10th, or 12th at 7:05, or join us on the 11th when kids get a Phillies retro t-shirt courtesy AAA Mid-Atlantic. Order tickets now.
Denny McClain went from baseball superstar to serving 23 years in federal prison.
I went from a 31-game winner to public enemy #1.
Beyond the Glory, tonight on Comcast SportsNet.
And the kitchen is to die for. The stove and fridge are included. Oh, and these high ceilings, they give me goosebumps.
It's Comcast high-speed internet.
I know. Since they doubled their speed, I just can't get enough.
You can watch movie trailers and get music.
Sure.
And with 3 megabit downloads, you can do
anything.
Yeah.
Oh, honey, let's get it. The house? Comcast.
Call today to take advantage of this great offer. Comcast high-speed internet. Counterpin not included.
I wasn't always up to speed on the internet. Do you have any email for me? But that was then. Now, thanks to Comcast, I am a broadband goddess.
Gamer 12 has rocked the building.
Comcast high-speed internet is always on, no dialing up, and multimedia is a snap. Their highest speed puts dial-up and DSL to shame.
I have DSL.
You're not at 3 megs? Get a life. What are you looking at? If you ask me, it's the killer app.
That was then. This is Comcast.
Field Olympic trials in Sacramento, 3-time Olympic champion Marion Jones in the finals of the 100-meter to qualify for the Olympic team. A bad start out of the blocks as she just doesn't have it. Latasha Collender, a teammate of Marion Jones at North Carolina, wins in 10.97 seconds. Jones finished 5th and failed to qualify for the 100 meters in Athens. To the pool, the final of the men's 200-meter butterfly Olympic qualifier. World record holder Michael Phelps looking to go 3 for 3 in qualifying events, and he has absolutely no problems. Finishes in 1:54 seconds, a half a second slower than his own world record, the second fastest time in history. Phelps now holds the 3 fastest times ever in the 200-meter butterfly and earns himself another spot in Athens. We head back to Boston for today's Pico. Kevin Euclid sends the pitch to deep center. And Lance Nix navigates nicely, makes the great diving catch at the Green Monster, crashing into it and holding on to it. And then he doubles off Jason Varitek, saving 2 runs on the play. The Rangers come up short, but his efforts win the Pico power play of the day. That's a wrap for this half hour of The Rise, but if you missed anything, don't worry, because we're going to do it all over again.